Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. I think it's about time we start talking about our appearance at the No More Sidelines Gala next week.
That's right. It's a week from Saturday, I
Yeah.
believe.
So this weekend I'll be occupied. So I want to see Tesla over at Soaring Eagle on
Mm-hmm.
Friday night. Peter Frampton is going to be there Saturday. And I was talking to some friends that work over at Soaring Eagle, and they're like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you come over and see Tesla." Okay, great. So we get that all arranged and everything, and then they're like, "Hey, by the way, do you want to stick around and hang out with Peter Frampton on Saturday?" And I'm like, "Well, we kind of got to get back. Good- like, I would love. Thank you for the generosity and the wonderful extension of grace there to hang out with Peter Frampton, but me pulling away for one night's kind of hard already, so
What?
we'll pass.
Wait. What else do you? Well, it's this coming Saturday that you're going to see Tesla,
Friday,
right?
Friday's Tesla.
Friday. Okay,
Yeah,
Friday. Why do you have to get back on? What
I
do
have
you
to
got to get
work.
back?
You think
Well, yeah, but
do you think everything that we publish just happened?
no, I know that you have interviews to do, or do you have just?
I've got all the weekend stuff to publish. I've got all the
But you
social
can't do
media
it.
junk I
But
have to
you,
do to write, and it's just
yeah, but you do that. You do that. You can do that from anywhere,
well,
though.
I could, but I got to be back
Okay.
here for all the video production and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Gotcha.
yeah. So thank you, Peter Frampton's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just am unable to take 2 days off at this point to
Well,
go
understood.
cavort in Mount Pleasant. I don't get me
Yes.
wrong, Mount Pleasant, good place to cavort.
So, so they're inviting you out. It's a free show for you. They're, hey, we'd love to. We're having you come out and.
I, I've got some very dear friends at the Mount Pleasant Casino who have always been remarkably gracious in
Mhm.
their inviting us out to
Freebies.
places. And,
That's nice.
well, I think it's very nice. They are very dear friends, and they would be dear friends if they
Mhm.
didn't work there.
Didn't
Uh,
we interview one of them
yeah,
on
Tanya.
the radio? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because
you
she
know
got me.
Tanya.
Yeah, she got me a free room once.
See,
That was great. Sorry,
yeah.
yeah,
So
Soaring Eagle was great.
I don't just look at Tanya as free room.
Hmm.
I see her as a very, very good friend.
Hmm.
Um, and she remember her daughter used to listen to us on the stream.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
yeah,
so
yeah. I
it's a
remember.
little
Yeah, that
deeper
was
than that,
cool.
and we've got
Yeah,
mutual friends and all that other kind of stuff, and we don't
cool.
abuse it. It's
Yeah.
maybe once a year we'll pick something
Hmm.
out and go over there. And but they also see the value in me sharing a couple of pictures, going, "Look at the fun I
Hmm.
had at Soaring Eagle."
Right.
So there's
Yeah.
you know there's a little reciprocity there.
Gotcha.
We're there's equal promotional value in,
There you go.
yeah. So
Very good.
mm,
Well, cool.
yeah, and then the weekend after that, on our way to No More Sidelines.
That is always a great time. And man, I feel like I'm doing a ton of charity events this year. Feels like more than I usually do, but it's not. It's the same amount. I'm doing this. I'm doing the same like three or four. I got the Bras for a Cause.
Yeah,
I got the Gilda's Club, and I got the No More Sidelines. I always think there's one more, but there isn't. That was just a thing I did for
well,
the
you get yours
station.
all
And
out of the way early in the year. That way
I
you're
try, yeah,
done.
that way. No, well, no, one's late in the year because one's in I go October, February, March, and then or no October, early March, late March.
Okay.
So knock out two in March, one in October, and then the previous. So it's really only
We
yeah,
need
it's
to
three a year.
get you up to my level on charitable
Uh,
events.
No,
We ramp you up to that, then you'll be a man of accomplishment. Then you'll be a
well,
man that your mom will put your picture up on the fridge again.
well, it's look, I'm willing to do other things. I'm not proactive when it comes to, hey, do you need somebody to do this for free?
Right.
I'm not, I'll do it if asked most of the time.
All right. So
But I
stop
don't
right
go
there.
out searching for pro bono work for me because I'm kind of busy enough.
Oh, okay. Well, Dave just opened the door, folks. If you need to get a hold of Dave for a free event, he'll do it most of the time. So
Most of the time I'll do it.
you can get a hold of Dave at TV13. You can send me an email. I'll pass it along.
Mhm.
whatever you want to do, but let's get Dave up more involved.
Oh,
He
okay,
needs to
sure.
give. He needs to be an
I
outpouring
do
bucket
give.
of love.
Look,
This
okay.
will help you out in the long run. Hey, look, I'm
You know, I've
punching.
been
Hey,
told
hey.
this.
The grown-ups are talking.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm punching your ticket to heaven.
Yeah,
Trust me on
okay,
this.
mine has already been stamped and approved a long time
I
ago,
got
so
news
I've
for
been
you.
good. I've been good for a while.
You know what this is?
Trust me, dude. Yeah. What? Okay.
What is that?
I'm not. I'm
That's
not.
the stink eye.
Uh huh.
And you've got it on you.
Means nothing.
Okay.
I feel like there was something I was going to talk about. I can't remember what it is now. I don't know. Well, part of it was I was shocked that you weren't actually paying for a show because you're the only former radio personality who had any type of following at all that I know of that still pays for concerts. But,
I look at it like this. If we go to Amazon Prime and there's a charge for a movie, $15 or under, somebody's relying on that for their living, right? Trying to sell you a movie. The concert business, all right, a comp here or there, okay, especially if I know that there's some value attached to what the place will get. All right, we'll do that. But dude, I'm selling the same thing, right? Our advertising is essentially the same thing, and I can't ask for all that to be free. I can't look at everybody I've ever met and go, yeah, all right, well, here's a free one, because guess what? You don't get your check if I do that.
I get that. I get that. My point is just based on how, and this is putting it kindly, how less than lucrative our profession was, where the only thing that was the only thing that even came close to a fringe benefit,
right,
was a
free concert.
Were not just free concert tickets that were usually really, really good seats. I still remember giving buddies, third row for Tom Petty at Van Andel,
right,
back in the early mid 2000s. So that to me was just part and parcel. Okay, I'm entitled to this based on the shitty wages you pay me. So
but the thing
I'm getting this.
is that the whole concert business has changed too.
Yeah, I know, and I get that.
Yeah,
which sucks, which is why I don't go.
Right. So, for me to buy a couple of tickets, maybe, we probably buy one premium ticket a year for a big show. I don't think that's overboard.
Again, you could do that. Also, you're more into it. You like the concert experience more than I do. Even all the shows I've been to.
That's wearing off. I'm very picky about concerts at this point. Very.
I just don't. Even when I was younger, though, and I think I've told you this. Every concert I've ever been to, even the best ones, and I saw U2 multiple times back during the Zoo TV tour. That was huge and great. Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Kiss. They were all great. The Who was fantastic. Tom Petty multiple times. They all were a little too long.
Yeah.
Every concert I've ever been to was too long. I wanted to get out of there about 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier than I did. But you can't, because you're at the show. You want to experience the whole thing. I don't like to leave early for things.
Like to invent things to bitch about. Okay.
No, I'm not. I don't invent things to bitch about. I bitch about actual shitty things. I don't bitch about manufactured things. I don't give that
as long as we're straight
two thoughts.
Sweet. All right. Got some news today or what?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff happening. The U.S. House passed a bill on Wednesday that would ban TikTok if its Chinese owners do not sell the app. Some experts say banning the app won't solve security issues. The data collected by the TikTok app is similar to what Facebook, X, and Instagram collect. Another problem some lawmakers have is that they see the banning of TikTok that could lead to a crackdown on other applications if certain government entities disagree with the information that's being put out. You get into, this is disinformation or misinformation or whatever, bullshit term you want to use. So again, this is another situation where I see both sides of the argument. I don't see the potential banning of TikTok. TikTok is necessarily a slippery slope to that. I understand the concerns. Believe me, I get that. And I would be wary of that too. But I think this is just exclusive to the fact that this is a foreign company that owns it. To me, that's the big difference, is that you have Facebook, X, Instagram. Those are American company. Those are American owned. And then this is Chinese owned. So there is a difference. At the same time, I understand the concern that some have of the potential issues that could be coming down the line. What say you?
I see the problem as something completely different. It is. I think there's a longer term. I think there's a longer term goal with TikTok, and I think that it's that 3-second mentality that is what's being fostered in young people, and that is driving down their attention span, because we've seen recently how short attention spans are and how quick we are to react to things that don't keep us moving quickly.
Yeah.
If we were to have a situation by the time kids now that are 10 to 13 years old, by the time they're 50, if we had another situation like we had during the pandemic, we'd really be shit out of luck, because the ability for them to sit and focus and maintain order and keep their attention toward focusing on a common problem without this whole idea of me, it would be harder to manage because they don't have the attention span.
Well, okay. Explain what you mean by the me thing. I don't understand how that was an issue during the pandemic.
It's
the me. I don't know what that means.
It's symptomatic of people not being able to focus for a long time, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying necessarily that it's a greed thing. I'm simply saying that people are not able to be confined in a structured. Let's say there's an emergency somewhere in Muskegon, and we need to say, this neighborhood needs to be confined for 3 days because of a spill. I don't think you're going to be able to do that. You can't get people to shelter in place because the attention span's not there. Now, put that ahead 30 years after people have been spending 3 seconds at a shot being entertained.
Yeah,
it's going to be tougher. That to me is the long game mentally on how you destroy Americans. If we can't tolerate a speech or instructions that last 6 minutes that we have to focus on, you're breaking up the base underneath the feet, and the erosion happens a lot quicker.
I think part of it too is you had what the Chinese put out to their own, what they allow to be put out is a completely different. It's not what we have here, and again, they have a much more restrictive. I don't want to be China. I don't want to be that. Theirs is more restrictive. The flow of information is pretty controlled,
and you have one of the advantages the money.
Yeah, money is
Facebook,
money is a factor too. Yeah.
It really is. Facebook and
money's a factor.
X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, they use a model that says pay us more if you want your message out. TikTok makes anybody a star that wants to be, because they see it as the more exposure we get, the better off we are. And with that American model, all the money going to Wall Street can put all that money in dark campaign money and invest in the politicians they want to forward their cause. Money now has a vote because big business is a person.
Well, to your point about that type of influence that is going to happen. I mean, we saw that a few years ago where you had government entities clamping down on information. They wanted more control of the information. And then you had people like Alex Berenson, who was formerly of the Wall Street Journal, who was putting out information that ended up being true that he got banished for because we can't. That was called disinformation or misinformation, whatever they wanted to call it. And you had those the people in power wielding power once they had it, and under the guise of, oh, we're doing this for the good of society, we're doing this for your own benefit. When it was really, man, power is intoxicating. It's the most. That's why I've always said, people who really want these elected positions, especially the higher up you go, and you got a taste of that when you tried to run for office. It's a different breed, man. Mm-hmm. And these aren't the best people in the world. They really are. And I'm not judging them. I'm just like, there's a wiring there, and who knows, maybe if I were to do that, or maybe even if you were to do that, if you were to get in that intoxication could get a hold of anybody.
Yeah.
It really could. And so, I understand why that can happen. At the same time, those are the potential dangers. Anyway, we could go on forever, and I think we already have on this, but to be continued. Adidas shoe sales are on the decline. The German sportswear giant posted a loss of $63 million in 2023. That loss was attributed to lower sales of the Yeezy brand of clothing, as well as higher taxes. I'm in the New Balance phase of shoe wearing, although I think I am out of my last pair of New Balance. I actually bought a pair of used Fila's at a secondhand store for $20. Okay, here you go again. They turn up, somebody else's feet have already been. You throw some dryer sheets in, they're fine. And they're wearing well. I walked 4 miles in them yesterday, and it was good, very comfortable. And you get them. This is the great thing about buying used shoes, is they're already broken in. There you go. Secondhand shopping.
So
that's
gross.
The way to go.
So gross.
Gross. Oh, so gross. You unwashed heathens who shop at secondhand stores. We don't do that on Twin Lake.
I'm Dave. I was out buying a used mattress the other day, and then I bought a used vacuum cleaner so I could get everybody's dust mites all over my house. Then I bought some used underwear.
Okay, no.
Dude,
that I do not know.
Don't buy used
socks
shoes.
I would probably consider.
Don't buy used
there's
shoes.
Nothing wrong. Yes.
Disgusting.
Absolutely.
Don't buy used shoes.
Another these that I've worn on the TV. These are secondhand shoes. I've worn these for probably 2 years now. Very comfortable. I don't even have to tie them. They're laced. You don't even have to tie. They fit perfectly. Slip on and off. Easy peasy Japanesey. We're good. Finally, the Muskegon City Commission early this week approved a ban on short-term rentals. A so-called temporary ban will only affect new rentals outside the downtown area. Ban is expected to remain in place for at least 6 months. I think part of the issue with the short-term rentals, I think there was an issue with housing and stuff. People also didn't like the in and out, getting too noisy. I understand though why you definitely want to keep it in the downtown area, especially as we're getting into summertime and people want maybe some short-term housing close to the lake where they can hang out and then hit the bars and the scene downtown. So you don't want to take that out of the downtown area because you're going to lose business downtown.
It's a rapid growth.
What do you
think
about this?
It's a rapid growth problem. People want to have a place to stay, right? Mm-hmm. If you're verboing or Airbnb-ing it on the level, it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
But we've also got people that want to come in here and buy to live. So I think we need somebody that understands both sides of the business. And if somebody's renting out their house and they're renting it to Hanyaks time after time after time again, well, then they can't do this. It's going to be on the people that own the Airbnbs or the Verbos or whatever to run them right. And if you're just buying some used house to rent to whoever is the first comer with whatever you can get for it, no, that's not right. If you're going to
Well,
build
why,
a
well, let
classy
me.
joint and welcome nice people into town that are going to preserve the neighborhoods and understand that they're here to rent something nice in a developing
Yeah.
community, then bring them on in.
I would say this probably wouldn't have been an issue if you were renting to the, I don't want to say the right people. That sounds weird to say,
Well,
but
but
people who aren't
dude, you got to be
causing,
for real
people who
about it.
aren't causing, yeah, you're right.
You
You do.
know?
And it does, and it impacts people's property value. So
Yeah.
that's why you're going to raise a stink. At the same time, there's also this other part of me. It's like, okay, if it's my property, I should be able to rent it out to whoever the hell I want to rent it out to. That's nobody else's business. But at the same time, if it is affecting and impacting the value of other people's homes, okay, then they do and they should have a say in that. So
Yeah.
it's a thing or another thing where I can see both sides of it. Anyway, sports. Michigan's basketball season is over. Big surprise. They go down to Penn State, round one of the Big Ten tournament, 66-57. 8-24, 24 losses for the Maize and Very Blue this morning.
Well, you know
So
what?
they're done.
I'll
Pistons
tell you
win
something about
113-104
Michigan.
over Toronto.
Can I tell you
Is this
something
where
about
you're going to
Michigan?
say some bullshit about astronauts that nobody cares about?
Not only
just wanted to
astronauts, but let's talk about
Okay.
some of the other great people who have graduated from the University of Michigan.
Self-righteous douchebag Mike Wallace? Oh,
No. I wasn't gonna. He's
Okay.
alive?
no, he's the late, rest in peace.
Oh, there you go. Way to
called him a
besmirch the
douche.
dead.
Called him a douche and rest in. I didn't have a huge, there was just something about Mike Wallace, because I like his son. Chris Wallace is okay. Mike Wallace, there was just something.
We were watching
don't know.
a documentary on the National Enquirer last night, and Mike Wallace was on
Mhm.
that. Tell you what, the National Enquirer, dude, the amount of papers they used to sell, they're all on
Mhm.
Facebook today. Everybody that used
Yeah.
to buy that paper. Woo. All right.
Well, yeah, that's all right. Oh,
Dude.
wait, not done yet. Michigan
Oh.
State takes on Minnesota. Noon tip-off today. Sparty wins that. You can breathe easy.
Let's
They're
hope
going to be
not.
in the tournament. They lose this game. Tom Izzo's streak of, what is it, I think 25 or 26 consecutive years in the NCAA tournament is in serious jeopardy. In fact, if I say this, if they lose, they're NIT bound. They're not going to the tournament if they lose today. So
Izzo is outzo.
no, they're really clever. And no matter what, he's still there.
A
Juwan
word in,
Howard, on the other hand.
All right. A word in Spanish for 400.
Okay, this is going to be
This
tough for me.
fish in the tuna family is also a masculine adjective for pretty in Spanish.
A fish that is pretty and okay. How much is this for?
400.
Oh God. I'm gonna say something really dumb.
You usually do.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know fish. This is the problem. Like mackerel, salmon. These are I'm just naming fish right now. I'm not saying what the answer is.
Van de Kamps,
Van de
Gortons.
Kamps. Okay, no.
all the fish you know.
Oh. La Pretecia. I don't know.
Yeah, bonito.
Bonito. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Have yourself a bonito Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
See ya.
Happy Thursday, Muskegon. Hopefully you enjoyed the warmer weather we've been seeing recently because things will get a lot cooler and also a lot rainier today. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Like I said, rain will move into the region today, especially during the morning hours lasting into the afternoon and maybe even as late as the evening hours. And that cooler weather pattern will start to settle in once the storm moves out of the region, and it may be cold enough to have some snow showers possibly as early as next week. So the future radar shows by 10 a.m. across Muskegon County, rain will definitely be possible as a batch of heavy rain moves across lower Michigan. And then by 4 p.m. it should be raining across much of the region, especially north of I-96, this model shows, as a low pressure system moves essentially over northern Indiana. And then by 9 p.m. the rain will start to let up and slowly move out of the region. So basically All day Thursday is expected to have some rain shower activity, especially along and north of I-96. So for Thursday, expect rain showers pretty much all day, like I said. We should see around 3/4 to maybe upwards of an inch of rainfall, so a decent soaking is expected across the region today with a high of 51 and a low of 36, with the rain showers continuing as early as the evening hours, but it should likely end by midnight. And then by Friday, we'll have a break from the rain with temperatures cooler though into the upper 40s. And then rain showers will be possible once again late Saturday, as that will bring in much cooler air behind that, with temperatures falling back down into the 30s early next week. And it will be cold enough possibly to see some lake effect snow showers, but it doesn't look too significant with accumulation. And that is your Thursday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Cole Woods Weather, and have a great day.